Hello, everybody. Ashley and I are here this Tuesday morning just prepping and talking about things for Sunday, and we thought it'd be cool, since Ashley is new to this position, to do a little Q&A with her so y'all can kind of get to know her better. And feel free on Sundays to ask her questions and just get to know her better. She's new in this position, and she's an awesome bubbly person, and I don't think you would ever not have a conversation with somebody.
I talk to everybody.
So she and I are alike in that way. But yeah, we're just going to ask her a couple questions and kind of get to know her better. So first of all, why don't you tell us where you're from?
Well, I'm from Sherrill, South Carolina, which is upstate South Carolina, real close to the North Carolina line, about 40 minutes north of Florence. You can tell that I've had to say this multiple times because not many people know where Sherrill is.
Cool. And how long have you been in Charleston?
I have been in Charleston for 12 years.
Awesome. And how did you end up in Charleston?
Just moved here after high school and loved the beach, and stayed.
There you go.
Never went back.
There you go. And you are married.
I am married
Awesome.
to Jamie, and he does the production team on Sundays.
Cool. And you have two girls. Tell us about them.
Addison's 9, and Emma Kate is 3.5. She makes sure I have to say the half because she knows 4 is coming, and she's so
ready.
excited for 4.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to ask you some other kind of fun questions. What's your favorite color?
I love blue. Blue's like the ocean. It's my favorite.
Blue is a good color. And I hear there's a little funny story about how much you like sweets. You're going to share that with them?
So y'all know, I don't know if you know Cody Rogers, but she makes these bundt cakes that are so good.
They're so good.
And for I used to work at MMO, so for Teacher Appreciation Week, y'all don't tell the teachers. For Teacher Appreciation Week, I bought bundt cakes from Cody with the intentions to pass them out to the teachers, and I bought myself one. So I was sitting there and I had one, and it was so good I ate more and more, and I didn't have enough to pass out. So I'm sorry, y'all. And then today I just bought more bundt cakes. She had to bring them to me.
I do,
but Cody, they're so good.
They are so good.
Those bundt cakes are amazing.
I saw some down on the volunteer snack bar table one day, and I ate one, and then I had this panic attack that she had left them for an order for someone, and I was so nervous the whole time. But Cody is very on it. She would have never just left those, so it ended up being fine. I got to eat my bundt cake and not feel guilty about it. So that's super funny. So one of the things that we love to talk about is, what is God teaching you and what are you doing about it? If you go to a small group, you are familiar with that question. And so Ashley's going to tell us what God is teaching her and what she's doing about it.
So in Freedom Kids, we are growing. There's so many kids back there, and I love it. We are teaching those little ones about Jesus every weekend.
So awesome.
And so we are going to work with what we got. So the volunteers that we have, and we are getting new volunteers, but what we've got, we're going to work with. So we are going to figure out, we may make some changes here and there on Sundays, but if you guys will just work with me and just go along with it until we, it's constantly going to have to be, something we all just do together and work together to make sure that we have a place for everyone and that everyone is safe and learning and
all the things.
All the things.
Yeah. And kind of along those lines, we just talked about this, but what God has been teaching me is just to view those moments of where it feels like an obstacle, just to view those as a opportunity.
Right.
And so if you have not listened to an elevation sermon called Marked by Michael Todd, he's a guest pastor that came about a month or two ago, but it's an amazing sermon. I've listened to it twice now. I listened to it again last night. I took 3 pages of notes. I was like, I couldn't write fast enough.
It's
but
so good.
It's so good. Our whole team has listened to it. It's amazing. But one of the things he talks about is he's using the story of David to teach how we can see opportunities instead of obstacles. And he talks about how basically this entire army that, outwardly they looked like they had prepared for this fight. They're wearing the armor, they are the army. Mm-hmm. And they take one look at Goliath and they all go, and they take a step back. And what they saw was an obstacle, because David had been doing the last thing that God told him to do, is always to be in the Word, to be in His presence, and to pray. And he had been in the field, he'd been keeping his head down. That's all he had been doing. Inwardly, he was prepared. So in private, God had really prepared him. And I love the analogy of that. And what happened was, when all those people took a step back because they saw an obstacle, David saw an opportunity. And so they're all taking a step back, and David takes a step forward. And how that led to everything else that happened to David was because he had been obedient in that season where God had prepared him in private. He had worked through things with David, and David was just obedient to God, how that led to future blessings. And so I just want to encourage y'all today that if you feel like there's an obstacle in your, anything that you're going through, just the perspective shift that happens when you view that as an opportunity and what God can do through you. So we are super grateful for everything y'all do for Freedom Kids, and I'm super grateful for Ashley. I really feel like God has, just positioned her on this team and in this leadership position, and I'm excited to see what she's going to do. And please feel free to reach out if you have questions. We are excited about this new season of growth in Freedom Kids, and we want y'all to feel cared for and communicated with. So we love y'all. We're praying for you this week. Ashley's going to tell y'all a few things really quick, just kind of some updates on protocol and stuff like that.
So I'm putting trash bags in each room, so we'll have those available. And if your trash bag gets full, just go ahead and take it out to the trash can outside the door. And if that trash can's full, if you'd like to go ahead and take it to the dumpster, that'd be amazing. But if you don't have time to, I just let me know and I can do it for you. And then also, if you cannot be here on Sunday, if something happens, I get it. If something happens and you can't be here, we want you here. Don't get me wrong. We want you here. You have such an amazing contribution to what we're doing in Freedom Kids, but I also don't want you here if you're sick. So if you are unable to make it, let your service leader or room leader know, and then they will contact me, and I can there's no one there to replace you, but we'll get someone to come in and help us out. So but again, we want you here. You have no idea how much of a blessing you are to us each Sunday. We love having each and every one of you here. I love getting to know all of y'all, but again, I understand when things happen. So let your service leader or room leader know, and then they'll let me know. Yeah.
Perfect. So well, we're excited to see y'all this Sunday. We hope that this was a fun little thing, that y'all got to know Ashley a little bit more. So y'all have a great week. We'll see you later.